Hello, this is Sophia Allen explaining my YouTube homework for homework set number 2. So this is a program that creates a square-shaped spiral where the user specifies before it runs what the beginning length of a side is going to be, what the change in length between the sides will be, and what number of sides to draw. So I've started out by defining my function, square spiral, and then getting 3 different inputs from the user, one for side length, one for change in length, and one for number of sides. And for each of those, I'm using eval and input to get that input and convert it into an int. One special thing to note about side length is that I'm using this to serve 2 purposes. One, to store my user input, but also it's going to act as an accumulator later when I'm in my for loop. So I've added in a little special thing here where I noticed that if I was making a negative spiral that was really large, my spiral was off the stage. So I created a separate function down here, reposition, to make my square spiral in the center of the screen and to move Alice just a little bit off to the side so that when drawing that large square spiral, it doesn't show off way up at the top of the screen or way to the left. So I've said here that if the change in length is a negative number, which tells me that it's going to be an inward spiral, that I want to reposition to half the width of my spiral to the right and half the width down. So, assuming all that goes well, I go into the for loop. And for each number of, it's going through the for loop for the preset number of sides that the user wants. Alice turns left 90 degrees, goes forward the side length that's been specified, and then here side length gets updated, which is adding change length to my side length. So if change length is a positive number, those sides are going to increase each time, and if side length is a negative number, it's going to decrease each time. So let's do a quick trial run here and see what it looks like. Okay, let's do square spiral. And for an inside to outside spiral, let's start with beginning length of 10. We will change by 10 each time, and let's draw 20 sides. There goes Alice. And it looks good. Let's do a negative one. So I'm going to restart that turtle screen. Let's move my shell up a little bit. Here we go. Square. Square, spiral. Let's start with a big beginning length. Let's say 200. Changing length will be 10. And let's draw, again, 20 sides. Oh, right. Oops. I'm going to Control-C cancel that. That would have gone the wrong direction. Beginning length 200, change in length, negative direction this time, so we'll go negative 10. And let's draw 20 sides. There she goes. And for Alice's last trick today, we were going to do the extra credit double spiral with one first going inwards and then changing to go outwards. So let's do F5. There's my new window. And so we'll do square spiral. Beginning length, let's again start big with 200. We're also going to start going inwards, so my change in length is -10. But we're going to draw beyond the point where side length is going to equal 0. So we're going to make it, number of sides to draw is not 20, but 40. Here she goes. And you can tell she's changed her direction here. She's actually making a backwards spiral going outwards, leaves us with this really interesting new box. Thank you for watching. This is Sophia Allen, and have a nice night.